The Crooked Anchor, Season 3, Episode 2, Le Bruit, Le Chaos, Le Netflix. Another day at the pub. Brian trudged down the lane toward the Crooked Anchor with Gunther beside him, tail wagging and tongue lolling. The birds were chirping. The grass was damp. It could have been a pleasant morning, until the noise hit. A jackhammer screamed through the sleepy air like a demon gargling gravel. Brian stopped dead, squinting through the rising dust and debris. Outside the pub, a single furious French construction worker was drilling into the road with all the rage of a man scorned by life, love, and good pastry. "Qu'est-ce que c'est que c'est pour, bordel?" The man shouted to the hole, then to the clouds, then maybe to Brian. It was unclear. Brian cupped his hands and shouted, "Mate, what are you doing? This is a pub, not a battlefield." The Frenchman didn't stop. He pointed at the pavement with his free hand and yelled, "C'est une urgence municipale, monsieur. Reculez avant que je perde patience." Right, okay then. And with Gunther already trying to bite the jackhammer, Brian retreated indoors. Inside, David was mid-polish on the same pint glass he'd been holding since 6 a.m. He looked like a man spiritually adrift. "David," Brian said, brushing stone dust off his jacket, "why is a Frenchman tearing up the pub entrance like he's looking for buried treasure?" David didn't even look up. "He's been out there since dawn. I've emailed the council, called the mayor, even tried semaphore. Nothing. The vibrations have scrambled my brain. I put jam in a Guinness earlier, Brian." Brian turned to Pete. "Pete, go talk to him. Maybe you can calm him down." Pete stood without a word and walked out, moving with the solemnity of a man heading into a philosophy exam he hadn't studied for. Clifford, Raymond, and Warren gathered at the window like pensioners watching a soap opera. Outside, Pete and the Frenchman stared at one another. The Frenchman gestured wildly, pointing to blueprints and shouting, "Vous ne comprenez rien! Il y a un problème avec le gaz! Le gaz!" Pete tilted his head. "Pardon?" The Frenchman screamed louder. "Il y a un risque d'explosion. Le sol est trop vieux. Ce pub est un piège de la mort." Pete returned to the pub, sat back down, and sipped his pint. Brian asked, "Well, what did he say?" Pete shrugged. "No idea. He was speaking French." Brian dragged his hands down his face. The jackhammering got louder again, impossibly louder, like it had developed a personal vendetta. Raymond, pacing by the bar, shouted, "I wish I had Netflix in the basement." Warren, mishearing as usual, began flicking Raymond's neck over and over. "Warren, what are you doing? You said you wanted some Netflix!" Gunther howled. Clifford attempted to plug his ears with croissants. David sank below the bar, muttering, "I just wanted a quiet life. I just wanted to serve pints and maybe paint a mural one day." And in the chaos, Pete leaned back with his pint and sighed. Why is it never Italian? Just another day at the Crooked Anchor.